My husband and I, we just barely bought our first house at 21 years old, and I've had quite a few people ask about the whole home buying process, so let's kind of go over that because I feel like ours was a little bit different than most. Normally, like the start of a home buying process, you are like, oh, we're gonna buy a home. Let's go talk to a lender, and you get pre-approved before you ever even look at houses. And that was not the case for us. We saw the house, and so what we did was we called a few lenders. And I had talked to one, and the one just straight up told me, she's like, no, you're not going to get approved. And then I ended up talking to another one because my mother-in-law is a realtor, so she set me up with somebody that she thought she liked. And so we talked to her, and she's like, you're pre-approved. We put in the offer to the house, and it got approved. And then it was just like the whole start of everything that was so stressful because once you put in an offer, you have X amount of days, however many days you give your seller, till your closing date. And we had done a 40-day close because we thought possibly we were going to do USDA, which is a government loan, and that takes longer, besides the point. So we had been 40 days, which if we wouldn't have, I don't know what we would have done. We used every single day. We closed on the day that our closing date because our financing took that long. And we ended up not going USDA and we went FHA. And the whole process was just very stressful because we were really going we were in underwriting a lot. And that was just because like my husband had only worked at this job for 6 months, and so his work history was not that good. Our financing appraisal date comes by and we still had not had our financing done, which I was like freaking out. And so then after our finance and approval date, we had 2 weeks until we closed. And I thought like we would be able to close on our finance and approval because like our finance would be done. That's what I thought. That was not the case. I don't know if this made sense. I don't even know where I left off at. But anyway, it took the whole 2 weeks to get our financing all taken care of, and that was so freaking stressful. Anyway, and so we ended up clear close the day before we were supposed to close. So I would not recommend looking at a house before you're pre-approved or even know your finances and stuff. If you have any other questions about it, let me know. I will try to answer it the best I can. But buying a house is definitely stressful, so be ready for the stress that comes with it. Bye.